Well, yesterday, President Biden announced his budget blueprint for fiscal year 2023, the first step in a lengthy budget process that comes just weeks after Congress passed the omnibus spending bill for the rest of 2022. And aside from coming in at a whopping $5.8 trillion, which, by the way, is the second largest budget request in history, the largest coming actually last year from President Biden at $6 trillion. This proposal, again, scraps the Hyde Amendment. That is the provision that keeps you from being forced to pay for abortion and other things. So the question is, what can we draw from the president's proposal? Yesterday, he said that your budget shows your values. So what does this tell us about the values of this administration? Well, stepping off the House floor right now to speak with us is Congressman Bob Good of Virginia. He's a member of the House Freedom Caucus, the Education Labor Committee, and he is on the Budget Committee. He is also one of the True Blue recipients who was here at the Family Research Council earlier this morning. Congressman Good, welcome back to the program.
Hello, Tony. Great to be with you. Thank you for letting me visit with you for a few moments here.
Absolutely. And by the way, congratulations on being recognized by FRC Action as one of the True Blue Award recipients for your 100% voting record.
Very thankful to have your support and partnership fighting alongside the Family Research Council and appreciate that little bit of recognition this morning. It's an honor to be part of your team.
So, Congressman, what are your thoughts on the president's proposed $5.8 trillion budget?
I just came from a budget hearing where we were questioning Shalonda Young, the Director of Office Management Budget. I asked her if her title should be changed to the Director of Mismanagement and Excessive Spending because she's certainly not managing the budget. This proposal is unbelievable, Tony. If you compare apples to apples, meaning if you take out the COVID-impacted fiscal years 21-22, and you just compare fiscal 20 to fiscal 23, this is a 30% increase, going from $4.4 trillion to $5.8 trillion. And I asked Director Young, is this administration incompetent economically and fiscally and does not understand what they're doing to the country, or is it worse than that? Do they know what they're doing and they don't care and they're doing it on purpose? It's unbelievable what they're doing to take our debt from 30 trillion to 45 trillion, 46 trillion over these next 10 years. They're admitting they're going to do that even in their projections. The only thing they're doing faster than raising taxes is raising spending, and it really is egregious what they're doing, Tony.
It is. We're going to reconnect with you, Congressman Good. We got a kind of bad connection on this end. I want to play another clip of Senator McConnell talking about this budget. Clip number 2, please.
The past year has taught us how painful Washington Democrat policies can be for hardworking Americans. The administration needs to stop trying to dig this hole any deeper.
I mean, to the Congressman Good's point, we've got inflation, and their solution to that, spend more government money. How in the world is that going to solve our problem? It's only going to make it worse. And the fact that, as he was pointing out, this is a 30% increase. What this administration is doing, do we have the congressman back? Congressman Good, you with us?
Tony, I'm here. Yes.
Good. So I want to go back to your point there about this is a 30% increase. What this administration has done has taken the budgets from the coronavirus budgets where we had the emergency spending. They've made that a baseline budget. They've just acted like that's normal spending. And so we now have this huge increase in the budget that they're proposing is just normal going forward.
Yes, what they're doing is patting themselves on the back because we're not spending $8 trillion in the name of COVID like we did the last 2 years, they're acting like they've cut the budget or cut the deficit. But actually what they're doing is increasing it to record levels if you factor out the 2 COVID-impacted years.
So what would you make of yesterday as he introduced this budget? He was criticizing the previous administration for being fiscally reckless.
This president is setting new lows in terms of the fiscal management of our country. And, of course, everything is blaming the previous administration, but there's not one American who's watching what's happening today and doesn't recognize that on every issue, every measurement of performance, this president is failing the country, whether it's the rising crime, the rapidly rising prices, the crisis at the border, our standing on the national stage, or the world stage, I should say, and what we're doing to Americans from a fiscal standpoint, from an inflation standpoint, and the way that we're going to, Tony, they're going to raise taxes by some 80% increase in taxes over these next 10 years on Americans. The only thing they're increasing faster than the spending increase of 66% is 80% increase in taxes. And it'll be on every American because they're allowing the Trump tax cuts to expire. So they might say, oh, we're not raising taxes, but what they are doing is letting those tax cuts from President Trump expire.
Congressman, we're out of time, but always great to talk to you. Thanks so much for stepping off the House floor to talk with us this afternoon. And again, congratulations on being recognized as a true blue member of Congress.
Thank you, Tony. Great to be with you.
All right.